But we see beyond that 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. But Deruziel, you know, he's a heart of the swamp player. He has been playing so many years. Of StarCraft 2. He learned from the past. But Quantel is a new player. He probably haven't seen
that's why I think
Terran player
that's why
do.
Deruziel is throwing this thing out there. It's gonna be
Marauders.
I don't think it's going to be a 1-1-1.
What? He's getting a Marauder?
No, it doesn't make sense to have a 1-1-1 all the way out there.
But possible in the past.
I think it's gonna be a bunker. Well, you know, the factory is coming down, but the factory
is a wall.
Base.
Correct.
It doesn't look like a sort of consolidated style of a 1-on-1.
Correct. But actually, Quantel got his natural. It's actually prone to this kind of harassment. The Marauder is already getting the slow movement speed attack.
It's gonna get that because the slow movement speed is the one that finishes the fastest amongst the tech upgrades, and one Marauder is gonna be pushing out here.
And one Marauder against one Stalker is always the side for the Marauder, right?
Yes.
It's always
the will win, especially when the Marauder gets the first shot off, because the Stalker A moved into the Reaper. It looks like it's gonna be a bunker. That Stalker is going to fall down pretty hard.
But the probes are going to defend their and only Stalker in their base. But only one more hit before the Stalker is down is
he just
very
has
good
to buy
micro.
Time. It just has to buy time.
Right.
Oh, he just a little bit of a missed micro there by Deruziel. He should have taken down that Stalker. Now he's got a little bit of problem in base where he's got a pylon and
so what's the objective for the pylon? Is actually going to stop the factory from getting a tag lab
or simply just sight and pulling things off. So this doesn't look too great already for Deruziel. He's got 3 Marauders, which is a bit of a headache for Quantel to deal with, but he's lost his SCV to build bunkers.
And also Deruziel is still on one base. And also shield battery is up to defend against the only 2 Marauders, and also probes are pulling off the line to actually defend against survival to tell the tale. And we're losing the last Marauder.
Quantel, okay, your Royal Marauder
start.
A really good start, though yet for Deruziel. Quite equal, of course, the extra net a little bit.
We're going to see a fusion. See better cruisers.
Protoss matchup.
Proton smash out, I don't think it's as good as your Stalkers.
Stalkers are the natural defense against a battle cruiser.
For the early game, like at least.
For the early game. But if I was a Protoss and I see battle cruisers, I would not want to simply go Stargate tech to counter it.
But you get more gateways.
You probably gateways instead of purposely going to build a Stargate to take care of it.
But we're seeing Stalkers going across the map. There is a total of 6 Stalkers and also Warp Prism. But the battle cruiser is not even halfway done. Very nice pickup there from the side of
nice macro
Quantel,
there.
yes.
It looks like this is going to be very difficult for Deruziel to pull off defending. He's got no other unit. Type of mines means it is not
will be up in time to defend from the side of Quantel.
It's going to be out, minimizing and sort of damage control, but it does not allow him to take his natural loss.
But the thing about Deruziel, although his battle cruiser is up, he's still stuck on one base. You don't want to become, you don't want to become stuck on one base as a Terran,
No.
right?
So he can push it off,
But we have seen a Barracks Scout.
Barracks is going to be stuck there. So I think the best thing that Quantel should do is just simply press his advantage. He's already 9 workers up, he's got his gate out, he's got his tank on the way. He can sort of, you know, map control is his for the taking. Just sit back and macro himself up. Oh,
see the teleport from
I
the side
suppose
of
that's
Deruziel.
alright. Keep him off balance. There aren't that many stalkers
Just yet.
you need to deal with it. And you do need a sizable number of stalkers. You know what? If he focuses down the pylon and he works down these stalkers, he could put himself in a very, very strong position.
Still, the stalkers are pushing back the only battle cruiser, which is half HP down. But a lot of red HP stalkers left.
Yeah, so this battle cruiser, he's living a risky life.
Yeah, but the Warp Prism is trying to chase down the battle cruiser.
He's gonna get it.
Juggling. Yeah, finally he gets it.
Very, very, very bad news.
Yeah, bad news for
Deruziel.
Even getting a bunker, but he didn't know that actually Quantel is going for the third, trying to macro up, trying to push his
Quantel doesn't need to go for the third, but you know what? Better safe than sorry. This is the Indonesia final.
Yes.
Take no risks.
And a lot of money.
If you're hit, get for the hit.
Correct. A lot of money on the line. 225 USD against 375. There's almost 50% extra.
Yeah, in USD.
USD, man. It's not
nothing to be sneered at.
Yeah.
Blink about to finish. He has the option then to blink into the main of Deruziel. But he's gonna be pleasantly surprised by the lack of a natural command center.
Command center is just.
He's gonna see you've got nothing there.
Yeah, it's just in construction at the moment. You have nothing there. What do you have inside the main?
Okay, you got a bunker.
Some
I
video
can hold down
mines.
your bunker very fast, probably before
We're taking the video mines, taking down the bunker. Even now, the
being
boys are being put to defend against this.
This is the last thing you want to do as a Terran, but you know, if you gotta do it, you gotta do it.
Yes.
The workers are being pulled, and this is really the last thing you want to do because there is only one base for the Terran.
Yeah.
For the workers are completely leaving their minerals untethered. Even if he does pushes his loss, he already lost 14 workers, down to 18 workers, 50 worker advantage from Quantel. I think we're going to see GG pretty soon. Yeah. Deruziel 0, Quantel probably 1.
Yeah. 1-0 soon.
1-0 soon.
And the battle cruiser is not up to defend against the stalkers yet. There's only 5 SCV left for the side of Deruziel.
5 SCV.
Yeah, like I mentioned, we're going to see a Royal Rotor today.
It's just the first game.
Very good start from the side of Quantel.
Hold on to your horses. It's just the first game. And you know what? In this particular type of situation, yes, Deruziel lost, but he lost by doing an incredibly risky strategy anyway.
Yes, proxy cheese.
Yeah. So there isn't really that big much of a difference between the two of them.
Yeah, you see,
realizes
1-0 from the side of Quantel.
Failed proxy there. So
failed proxy, yes.
I think probably the proxy failed because the bunker just didn't come up. If the bunker came up at the right time, would be harder for him to hold out.
Yeah, but actually I pretty like if he goes for a factory as a proxy as well.
I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
I think if the factory wasn't the proxy itself and the racks was back home, that would be fine.
Yep.
But if the entire proxy area was all the 1-1-1, it's very risky.
Very risky, but
Very
also
risky.
a potential chance for him to win the game.
Not really, because once it gets found out, that's it.
Well, Quantel actually went for a natural base. So it's
No,
very
but then by the time whatever is done there, that 1-1 is done, right? By the time that army gets there, you will know that because he would have scouted already.
Yeah.
You have seen nothing in his base.
You see nothing, but you don't know whether it's a Reaper, a 2-Rex Reaper, or even maybe Liberators out there.
Because the position of it, if it was off-center the map, but it's right in the middle. Proxy was right in the middle of the map.
But he may not know it's there. It could be the third
I
base
don't
or
know.
the fourth base location.
May is a very dangerous word to say in StarCraft 2. May or may not. Because
May or may
one
not.
thing, once one race scouts you out, you don't know that you've been scouted out yourself. So,
But he actually seen the Pope actually ran to the main.
no, I mean, if Quantel scouts him, Deruziel may not have known that his proxy was scouted.
Yeah,
if he
true,
has.
true.
Somehow, 1-1-1, the wall buildings in the same place, you enlarge the area where you might be detected.
Yes.
Right, so most likely it'd be better off-center.
But also Deruziel coming out with this first game cheese. What is his plan, do you think?
Well,
is
I
it
think
to actually
he
throw Quantel off guard in the next few games?
Maybe, and also to sort of feel Quantel out. What is this player capable of?
Correct.
What was his reaction time? What build did he choose? So it's a reasonably okay assumption to say, okay, if he chooses, he's going to be doing this opening, and now I know in the second game, I know what to do against that.
Yeah, but
Deruziel, we saw he in the first game yesterday, he is flexible enough. He can go mech, he can go bio, he can do proxy that we just saw. Even though it did fail, he's definitely capable of it.
A very versatile player there.
Very versatile.
Very versatile. You can do anything. You can do your cheese. You can do your all-ins. You can do your two-base timing. You can do your bio, mech, everything. Deruziel, a very experienced Terran player in the Indonesian scene.
Yeah. So I think his experience is showing a bit, testing the waters. Of course, he's thrown away one game, but in a best of 5, still a long way to go.
Yeah.
And you know what? We might see game 4 at the very least, or
Game 5.
Game 5.
Yeah.
Alright, the next map that we're going to be facing here since Deruziel lost.
So we are going with Kairos Junction.
Kairos Junction.
A very small map, but also a very small natural base too.
No Zel Naga towers, if I'm not mistaken, in the middle. Easy enough to get the natural. The third is quite open though, both thirds. Whether it's going to be the central third location or the 9 o'clock or 3 o'clock third location, it's quite open.
But the opening of the natural is very small, so it's very easy to defend. You can put tanks on top in the main, secure your two bases easily.
I don't think we're going to see a proxy out of Deruziel.
No, I know definitely not.
If Quantel just throw one out,
yeah.
Oh, he's got a big pair on them.
Correct. But what we're going to see, maybe Deruziel going for Mako this time, and Quantel maybe going to change things up and going for a cheese.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If Quantel would just throw a proxy right now,
yeah.
I think it would be an amazing strategy, and I think it would have some reasonable success.
Also, it's a very small map.
It would be a very bold strategy for him to do. So someone of his level of experience.
Like we've seen actually last week, Ender against the... Okay, but we know we are... Are you excited for second game?
I'm a bit nervous now, but yeah.
Because you really locked down 1-0, right?
Like, but what the hell, Deruziel? Come on.
Yeah.
Buck it up.
But anyways,
we're
game 2, we're going to jump to game 2.
Alright.
In the top left-hand corner, one game up. The possible Royal Roader. It is Quantel.
In the bottom right-hand corner, in the red trunks, our Terran, who's finally going to get... play properly. Deruziel. He's finally going to play properly. Deruziel, right. Nice. Oh, God. Okay, it's not a proxy. It's not a proxy. It's not a proxy.
It's a fake proxy.
It's not a fake proxy. It's just to get the thing out faster a bit.
No, he's actually in a mind game. He actually put the barracks right below the main.
Scouted,
when it gets scouted,
Quantel will. Where's your stuff?
Yeah, where's your stuff? I'm going to build shield batteries more and more, and then you're going to float your racks back into the main.
Saying, haha,
I caught you there.
I fooled you. Yeah. You couldn't. I got you. So but it's going to be
2 guests again. So
I'm actually quite surprised by Deruziel. But
it's playing mind games to the extent that you even get a 2 guests.
This is the experience that you have.
Yeah.
So it's a smart move to put the pylon there to block it off.
Not getting the factory for the side off. Deruziel just yet. Yeah. But do you think he will go for an expansion first or a factory first?
That's your answer.
Oh, his factory's down.
No, definitely a factory first. He took 2 gas. He won't have the money to expand.
Well, he could get a second gas and then pull off SCVs around, but the probe is still in the main lingering around, so he has no choice to actually get
There is, yeah, like that fake refinery.
Yeah, fake refinery.
But that's really cost ineffective. Because the time spent used to build the refinery.
True, but
and the money spent on the refinery.
Yeah,
and then when you pull your SCVs back, and then to get the money back for the CC, you are like really behind.
Correct, but it could actually throw Quantel off guard. He's like thinking, okay, you got 2 gas, you're probably going to cheese me like what you did in the first round, so I'm not going to get my natural, but actually Quantel actually still got his natural.
Because Protoss can hold off his natural quite easily against very, very early Terran, unless it's going to be a bunker. That's a good pick-off. That's a very, very good pick-off. Zealot pick-off there. Deruziel probably showing his experience in unit control, the Adept trying to catch up against the Reaper, but the Reaper's going to make a nice escape to the left-hand side of the map, probably trying to double back into the Protoss base. So now Quantel has to decide, what am I going to do with my Adept? Am I going to push it across the map into the Terran and see what's going on? Or do I have to bring it back to defend against the Reaper? He's deciding, you know what, let the Reaper have its fun, because I already got my Stalker waiting there to welcome it, and the Adept is probably going to touch base on the Terran base momentarily.
Yeah, but Deruziel, he's not getting his natural base again. Like why are you not getting your natural base 2 games in a row?
That's what I'm surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised also.
Alright.
Like, you lost your first game.
I'm
Second
almost
game,
at the point where he feels not comfortable against the Protoss. You know, when like...
yeah, because we know like Protoss is always easier to play against Terran. Terran is always easier to play against Zerg, and Zerg is always easier to play against Protoss.
You said it. Blizzard is listening. He said it. Not me.
But still...
Blizzard, you're doing a wonderful job. Keep it up. Hire me.
I'm going to see a timing push with Marines, tanks, and also...
Wow, this is like this is a old school type of push.
Yeah, as all in as you can get. Like, not even getting the comment sent.
It can be a bit more all in if he pulls SCVs as well.
Yeah.
He's doing a very good job in hiding it too.
Yeah. Okay, finally he's seen the Marines there.
A little bit only, but didn't see everything. Didn't see
correct.
tank, didn't see the Mariner. But yeah, the observer there will
Yeah, the observer will see everything. Going to see the Liberator, even see the boys being put as well.
Why is Deruziel doing this?
This is actually a very strong build. Yeah, I mean, you
it
could actually
seen
get some bunkers right outside of Quantel's natural,
You can
and
get
also
a lot
with
of
tanks
success
and
with this.
Marines.
But I'm just wondering, oh my god, if that mid-effect dies, I'm just wondering why. I mean, does he want to go home quickly or what?
Maybe he's tired. It's very, very late, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, a bit odd.
But maybe you just want to get a quick win.
Yes,
like, because it's a best of 5. So if you're
but if it's like a best of 3, I understand.
Yeah.
Best of 1, obviously, definitely, I understand.
Yeah.
But it's a best of 5.
But this build is actually quite reasonably strong.
Even
you even get your Liberators, but
it is strong, but it's a high,
very risky build, of
high
course.
and risky build.
But and also even 5 shield batteries thrown down from the side of Quantel is very worried about this one base all in.
Yeah.
Even the Liberator in the main taking down 4 probes total, but actually it's not too bad because actually Deruziel lost 7 SCVs in that engagement.
No, he can afford to lose a lot of probes. All that Quantel has to do. Oh, he's
even losing the Liberator. But he's getting a bunker, and the tanks actually seal off.
He's going to lose the Warp Prism. That's a very, very bad loss. But losing the Warp Prism allows him to close his Zealots nice and close. And he figures out, you know what, I'm going to trade those Zealots
but
off.
his medivac is almost down, or even losing the last medivac there. It's only tanks and slow Marines. No, you don't even have Steam Pack and lost 2 tanks there.
No. There's a
even
reason
you lost 7 SCVs.
There's a reason why this build doesn't work anymore, or not as well.
Yeah,
and I think, you know what, the shield batteries probably.
Yeah, there are 5 shield batteries. If you have 1 or 2, probably you still can make it, but you have 5.
Losing another tank right now there.
You're losing 3 tanks in total, and also the medivac and SCVs. He's not even getting his natural base.
I have a feeling we're not going to see a 4th game.
I don't know.
Because if Deruziel doesn't pull this off somehow, it's going to be 2-0. And when you're already sort of like staring down the barrel of a gun at match point, don't think you back row. But because this is the kind of build you do if you're already at that point, but he's doing it now. If you're 1 game away from elimination, then you throw this out there, high risk, but he's already doing it now. So very, 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 very...
even being caught by the Stalkers. They're losing the tank, not even siege up yet.
No time to siege.
No time to siege. He's just trying to push. Even putting SCVs again, but
I shudder to see what the lost tab looks like.
Yeah. Lost tab is slightly... Actually,
okay.
Quantel lost
but then
slightly
the
more
fact
there.
that his economy is...
Correct, his economy is ahead, but the worker count is not a lot ahead yet. It's still... I mean, Deruziel still has more workers, but he doesn't have a second base.
Yeah.
But he has mules, of course.
Okay, slight pause by Deruziel. Happening over there. Maybe some
lag
issues
maybe
happening over there.
Correct.
In Indonesia that they're gonna get sorted out.
Yeah.
So let's take a breather here and find out where are we in this game. Supplies are relatively close. Worker count as well is relatively close, but the main point is of course the income coming in from Quantel is still mining from 2 bases. Deruziel
still more. But then APY and MYs, both of them are very close. 285 is in the last.
No, yeah, I don't think that
speed, they are actually more or less there. Even Deruziel, a very veteran player, experienced player, still matching in terms of speed against a much younger player of Quantel.
It's just the fact that his CC in the natural is just not done yet.
Yeah, it's very, very late.
So that means
but of course, he lost his early aggression that he thought could actually win him the game. But Still, yeah.
Well, those bunkers has got to come up. Maybe he should not have had the Liberator go up.
Actually, if the Liberator is in the engagement itself, you can help try to push away the stalkers far, and then you can get your bunkers up. You can
your tanks forward. Oh, that might have been
but
game ending sort of.
But we shouldn't count Deruziel out yet because
it's very hard to count him in actually at the moment.
I know, but
because
the economy wise, yes.
Once the blink comes,
and aggression there. Can we see the upgrade? No,
it's a good pick off though.
The side of Quantel yet is he's just getting leaks.
Obviously, legs will do very well
economy wise. Actually, now Deruziel is not too far behind.
The problem is his tech now. His tech, he's too behind on tech. His team is
very slow.
Not only not done, it's just started.
I know, but even Quantel, he doesn't have much upgrades. He only have his legs. He don't even have his blank. He don't even have his forge upgrades yet.
Well, Protoss doesn't need to upgrade it before Terran.
Yeah.
His third base is coming up. I still put Quantel firmly in the driving seat here. Extra gates coming up. Third base coming down.
Correct.
He's definitely... The matter of fact...
Yeah. For the time being, yes, you can see that actually Quantel is ahead. But like we said, with the Terran Butter game, do you think he can...
Do you think we're going to get there? I'll be very...
Yeah, but both of them are not going
closer to the point of...
Yeah,
not Deruziel.
Definitely, because
cannot move out
he's actually ahead in tech and most done.
Yeah.
So he will definitely try to look for strike Deruziel hard.
Yeah, so Quantel is going to be the first aggressor. Every unit that it'll hurt him more than every unit that Quantel loses. There will be a point in that is if he exploits the timing where shield, maybe not even one-on-one.
The game now, but actually the Protoss army Quantel is already outside the base, even trying to get all the stalkers, but all the zealots are behind. But yes, he actually tried to go through and charge and taking down a lot of units. Say actually that engagement, Deruziel actually got the upper hand.
With the loss of 14 SCVs,
yeah, true.
He got the upper hand.
That's why he have to push, and not stop this.
Combat shield complete quite yet. He really needs that to go. Up against the legs.
Not siege up yet. Even the charge shots are okay. With the call a 2-0
lead
from the side.
You actually need combat shield to finish before you face against Zealot with legs, because there's already the damage because it most likely steamed before that.
Yes.
So you will have lost 50% its contact with the Zealous make contact with your Marines. Combat shield sort of negates that a little bit and allows you space and time to macro.
But you mentioned actually the first engagement we've seen there, right? Actually the Zealots actually behind of the
caught up with it, and then the Zealots that did make it through ran into the SCV.
Yes.
So their legs, the leg upgrade was sort of wasted on the SCV, which is what the point of the SCV is.
Correct.
But then you want that to happen in the mouth of his natural,
not
in the mouth of your own natural, because you've already lost your SCV mid kill at that point.
So
but it was a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
it was a Hail Mary by Deruziel. So we're seeing two openings from Deruziel, far from standard and far from any success.
Very cheesy.
Why the hell is he doing this?
Unless he's, I don't know, lack of confidence against Protoss match. I have no idea.
It may be the only explanation that I have, because it wouldn't be a lack of confidence against any other player. As through your research, you pointed out that he is well experienced.
Well experienced.
So what's going on, Deruziel?
Deruziel. The backup
He's
is only one game more before he loses the finals.
definitely up against someone that maybe he has obviously not much experience with. Perhaps it's a race that he does not have much confidence with.
Correct.
But he still is in it. Marginally so, still in it. 2-0 down at best of 5. He's got to win 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So he's got to go to game 5.
We've seen that in JSL. We've seen that in WCS. We could see this in WESG Indonesia as well.
Maybe.
Well, he's Deruziel.
No, if you said that the other way around,
here.
I will believe you, but you just went GSL, WCS, and now WSG. I don't know about that. But we're going to wait and see. We're straight away into game number 3.
Yes.
Between Quantel and Deruziel, Quantel being 2-0 up. Sitting nice and pretty right now in the bottom left-hand corner, Quantel.
In the top right-hand corner, one more game to lose his only hope, his finals. He is the 2017 WESG Indonesia champion, Deruziel.
Is this the same one from is this the same guy from 2017? Are you sure?
Yes, he's the champion of 2017.
No, I'm not. Is this the same guy?
Is it the game guy? It's the same name, but is he the same guy?
Oh, well.
Okay, now we are going to see more standard play.
2 games later, you give us standard play. Okay, well, better than nothing.
Like finally, you're going to with your standard opening, your
all the
barracks.
SCVs are like, oh, we can build the racks in our base? Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Okay, we got the probe coming out there.
Going to high five, yay!
The probe's going to be, okay, this is your racks in your base. I don't have to worry about anything else in particular.
Yeah.
But you know what? Maybe this is Deruziel's master plan.
Yeah. He said, I'm going to drop 2 games to you. You haven't seen what I'm capable of just yet. You only seen my one base all-ins, my cheese.
I wanted this to be a 3-2. It was my plan all along.
Yeah, I know. Like, he already knows, like, every single week we have a clean sweep. He said, okay, I'm going to drop 2 games to you, and I'm going to take the remaining 3. Right?
Maybe
Great plan, right?
Maybe
but a very risky plan as well.
Very
Very risky. You have to win 3 games in a row. But finally, we're going to see it. Like, both players are going standard macro, but also even denying the gas of Quantel.
In a
Very
TVP for
annoying.
both sides, denying the gas is extremely painful.
Yes.
I mean, it stops the tech progression of the Protoss
Correct.
dearly, and also it hurts the Terran just as much, delaying steam, delaying the progress of Medivacs.
I know, but as a Protoss, you want to get your 2 gas as early as possible. Right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. But now you are being blocked a few seconds. Maybe your build order is all.
But it's always
messed up.
easier for Protoss to steal gas because they just put their little teleporting.
Correct,
there and
correct.
chow.
But Quantel is still confident with his standard macro play. He's not doing anything cheesy.
Yeah.
But losing 1 probe there with only 1 Reaper.
So it's just 2 probes already.
Is it 2 probes? Yeah.
Well,
one in
natural,
the is natural and
then
correct.
1 there.
Yeah. So this Reaper from Deruziel, very good micro. From the veteran Terran of Indonesia. We're even throwing down
Racks, factories, everything's coming down.
Yes.
Nice and standard.
2-1-1.
For once.
For once, finally.
Yeah.
Throwing-
2-1-1 is a very popular build and
Yeah, no, and also with the buff we have now,
Yeah, the
the
siege gonna come
steam is
fast, you can
21
push up
seconds
faster.
earlier. They even say it's very hard to defend if you didn't really practice much as a Protoss player.
Maybe that's what Deruziel's banking on
Yeah,
at the moment.
he's hitting a very specific timing there, the 21 seconds steam.
This is annoying. This stalker is annoying.
Yeah, you need a Marauder or bunker to
But he
actually.
wouldn't have a Marauder because he went for a reactor first.
Correct.
But the good number of Marines can definitely push it off. But the thing is, what the stalker does is just either kill Marines itself
Yes,
or
trying
just
to be
nicely
annoying,
shave off their
shave
life.
off SCVs,
put-
shave off 1 or 2 Marines is better than
Get them
nothing.
in the
Yeah,
red.
Correct. And Blink Stalker tag is the choice of Quantel. Are
Blink
we going to see
Stalker tag-
Blink Stalker micro in and out of the main of the Terran player?
Yes, but not too soon. The Robo has only just started.
Yeah. I mean, 2 minutes time? 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's beefing up the
But do you
stalkers.
think he want to go for an all-out aggression?
No,
Or
it
he's
looks
actually
like
just
he's
trying
shaping
to
up to
get a
get the-
Blink for defense purpose and then try to harass a bit and then get
He's
the-
gonna poke out with the 4 stalkers, and those 4 stalkers are like the early warning system. To find
Yeah.
out if they're gonna push out with anything,
But
and
we've
then
finally
blink
seen
backwards.
actually Quantel drop his 3rd, so
Yeah.
we are going to see the long game. Actually, it's actually always in the long game that you can actually see the potential of the players. Right? It's not only the cheese that you threw out in the first 2 games. So like now we can see how Deruziel micro his bio and take down the portals.
Keep his supply up,
Yeah.
keep his macro going,
Correct.
so forth. Ooh, don't want to lose a stalker there.
Steam is almost done. Blink is also a few seconds behind.
Really good macro there by by Quantel actually.
Yeah, actually Quantel.
Saving all his stalkers. Two of them in the really bad red, but you know what? They're still walking.
Yeah, but Steam is done, so we're going to see how Deruziel make use of this window of opportunity.
He's gonna push across the map.
Yeah.
He's gonna check out the third, and Quantel's gonna try and pick off the medivac itself if he can. He's just gonna make sure he keep those stalkers alive. The early warning system working to a T, bringing back all 4 stalkers. And they're gonna say, "Hey guys, there's some people behind me. Can I have some help, please?"
Correct.
And the blink.
But he has
work.
enough
Ooh,
stalkers.
that was a bad blink. That was a weird blink.
Yeah, very
he
weird
blinked
blink.
like on him. I don't know. Was that planned? That didn't seem planned.
I don't
It's
think.
a small army. It's not a very scary Terran army.
Correct. But you have
and
Medivacs to back up. You can
Medivac
heal
is
your.
back up. You can
Correct.
heal him up, but he's got to heal him up first.
So Deruziel is
Um,
slightly ahead in army supply, but you see.
Any third base on the way for Deruziel?
No, I don't think so. He's probably trying to hit a 2-base timing if he's not getting a third.
That's definitely gonna hit the base. I mean, there's no sign of any
But
third.
the third is around 6 to 7 minutes long.
No.
Ah, the stalkers are ready.
Stalkers are
But
ready.
is he aware about?
yeah.
Okay, he's aware about the drop.
Deruziel.
But even leaks are almost done. You have zealots, charge lords, you have blink stalkers. It's more than enough to defend that drop.
Just as I pointed out earlier, against legs you need combat shield.
I
Legs
know.
are done. How close is combat
Even
shield?
a disruptor.
Oh, that disruptor.
Yeah, it's all down to the micro.
It's very difficult.
Very difficult to defend.
So
if you, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
He's just looking for a hole and he can't seem to find one.
Yeah.
It does feel like Deruziel is running out of answers against Protoss. This
Yeah.
looks to be his weak matchup.
Correct.
I wish I knew that before. I
Quantel
predicted.
is aware, very aware of this matchup. He knows how Deruziel plays.
I feel you knew this before you made your prediction.
Actually, I know both players are very good, but still, Quantel is a new player. Like, Quantel is something like what we say, the Rainer.
So Deruziel's the Serral.
Deruziel is the older, more experienced player, so I would put someone like Classic or Stats. Steel or Su.
Oh,
Like, even experienced players, like you see Su actually taking a lot of multiple first runner-ups, even
Well,
coming
he's
up
going
to
to
age.
really test Quantel right now because he's going to do 2 drops in 2 different locations, but Quantel is ready with 2 armies in 2 different locations as well. I don't see these drops doing much damage unless it can really get up. Maybe he can pick up some pylons too, but even they're not actually synchronized at the same time. Oh, but that might have been a purpose to pull off the army of Quantel from the main. So decent damage done here. Probably pick up a pylon or 2, but the army of Quantel is going to get back and cause further damage.
But still, actually, both sides are pretty equal. I would actually give the upper hand to Deruziel.
I would give that one to Quantel still.
When you look at the worker account, it's actually Deruziel is ahead. Yeah, you as a Protoss player, you always want to be ahead in terms of worker count.
Well, any player want to be a hero.
I know, but no. You see, Zerg always has to be the
No, because Deruziel just only landed his natural. Just only landed his natural, and half his army is on the other side of the map, and his tech is really bad. He's still on bio without any Liberator or Ghost or any high Viking count against somebody who already has Robo units out. And his drops are not doing any damage whatsoever. In fact, if anything, he's just throwing units away at this point. I've been in this position many times.
Yeah,
So
we've been
what-
losing the medivac
What
there.
Quantel is doing is just give me units, I'll just eat it up. And I figure 2 drops, I've pushed off, I'm going to walk across
But
my back.
Quantel said, this is it. I'm not going to drag the game any longer. All my Choslocks are ready. Even the Stalkers already going to push in. But Deruziel,
79 to
even
51,
pulling
he's gotta
all your
pull his workers.
boys. He knows this is his only hope to defend. If he don't defend it, this is the end of his tournament.
This is.
Yeah.
27 workers have already gone down, so even if he pushes this away, and he might push it away, it's still not enough.
I don't think it's just. I think this is game.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, he's doing a good
as
job.
well as could be
He's-
expected.
Correct. But
To push it
but
away.
you look at the army count. It's still ahead of Quantel. Even the disruptor, nice shot. They're taking down 3 to 4 Marines and Marauders.
I don't think he needs to focus on the disruptor, but okay.
Yeah. And then
3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
Yeah.
It's not a tissue.
It's tissue.
Toilet paper.
Toilet
is what
paper.
I'm given. So when in Rome,
I was hoping for Game 4, Game 5, but
I was
actually
hoping for Game 4, Game 5, obviously,
same.
as well. Obviously.
But Quantel shows us that
Quantel showing us, and I think it is most likely a lack of. It doesn't seem a lack of experience. I don't think we can call Deruziel to have any lack of experience.
Yeah.
A lack of confidence in playing a TVP.
Mm.
In both of those games, especially Game 2, having the. Oh, I should put this on first. Right?
Alright.
Okay, since I lost, I've got to stuff two. I've got stuffed tissues up both my nostrils and continue casting. So I'm gonna have to do that anyway.
But we see Quantel. Actually, you know, Quantel and Deruziel both knows each other very well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Is
Actually, when Quantel started early of the year, Deruziel actually helped him a lot. It's like a
So I got
Master
cold.
Yoda and Anakin Skywalker.
Okay, I'm just gonna put it here because it won't stick in.
Yeah.
So like that lah.
But Anakin Skywalker, Quantel, we see he has evolved to a Darth Vader there.
I don't really like Star Wars.
You don't really like Star Wars. But it is Starcraft.
Yeah
Still
lah.
Star.
Well, like I say here, okay, like that lah. Okay, like that lah.
Okay.
So what we have here is maybe Deruziel just simply not showing particular confidence in the matchup.
Yeah, in the
against
matchup.
Protoss. Wanting to end the game as early as possible.
Mm.
Looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also both of them know each other so well. Maybe Deruziel knows that he's not confident in the late game against Quantel.
Yeah. But you know what? In a normal TVP, who would you put your money on in late game?
Late game, actually Protoss. I still think the Protoss late game death ball is very strong. For myself, I feel. When the mothership is out, you
think
get
with
your
the-
carriers, you
Yeah.
get your disruptors, you
Yeah.
get your colossus.
I would still think a Terran actually.
Why?
Well,
Like
the
what
ghost
is the
buff.
unique yeah,
Firstly,
okay.
the ghost buff.
Correct.
So that just storm bye-bye. No
Yeah.
storm, right?
Yes.
And then everything after that is just a matter of massing units.
Liberators,
Liberators,
your
not
battle
a few
cruisers.
Liberators, not really battle cruisers. Battle
No.
cruisers are rubbish.
You're in the TVP?
Tempest would just
Yeah, true,
shoot it down.
Correct.
The DPS is too low.
Mm.
Even carriers have a good time against battle cruisers. You miss micro battle cruisers, they do the whole stupid. I'm shooting interceptors and going round and round.
I know,
opening
but you talk about Protoss, death ball, you have disruptors and
Yeah.
also a lot of storms.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But
Like
you
how
know,
you gonna-
maybe the ghost does his thing, and with the ghost buff,
Mm.
that's perfectly possible.
Mm.
That's like I got runny nose, right? That's
So
perfectly
we're gonna have
possible.
Samuel Barrymore having running nose today.
Yeah, I got a cold.
Actually, even the haze is okay already. Why are you still having a running nose?
Maybe we shouldn't talk about the haze when you're casting Indonesia. We still love you. We
Yeah.
still love you. We still love you, Indonesia. Yeah. So a TVP against all odds. Quantel beating Deruziel. We're gonna see Quantel here in Quill City
Yeah.
in a couple of months' time.
And also your Royal Roader for Indonesia.
yes, your favorite word for the day. If I
Yeah,
had
Royal
to-
Roader.
If I want the band towards, that's probably one of the band. Yeah, congratulations once again to Quantel for the wonderful victory and making me do this right
Yeah.
now.
And so
And,
meaning taking home 375 USD.
True, 375
Yes.
Deruziel, better luck, bro. Next time
Next year
Next
to
year.
reclaim the throne.
to reclaim the throne for
Yeah.
the Terran Kingdom.
Mm.
All right, that's all from me, Samuel Bemo, with stuff up my nose,
And also myself, Samuel Fong, also known as Neutrus.
with nothing up his nose. See you.
See
next
you
week.
next week. We have our Singapore and